Welcome to the
Welcome to
Beancast, episode 1. I'm Jazz.
We're
I'm Jazz.
halfway into it.
We're keeping it. We're keeping it.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. It
All
says
right.
it literally says it on the screen.
I'm Anson. I voice crack and I like to pee.
I'm Gavin, and I'm the one who interrupted him at the beginning.
Interrupt.
Interrupt, yes.
Interrupt, bro. I'm Ishan, and I'm Indian.
Alright.
I don't know what I was
That's a
expecting.
good way to open this.
I think it's a very good way to open it.
All right.
Our
Well,
first
let's
topic.
go into our first topic right now, which was the recent relaunch of the next-gen consoles.
Relaunch.
I
Relaunch.
was,
Relaunch.
Is it a
Yes.
Relaunch.
what was
No,
it?
it's
Relaunch.
not. Well, I guess no, it's not. I meant to say release, and then
Oh
Yeah.
Launched.
Yeah.
What were we talking about where we were like, no,
Propose.
save it for the podcast?
YouTube,
Like,
but
specifically.
that's later.
it was
Later.
YouTube.
I mean,
It was
in
the
regards to the console releases.
nothing overall. It was just to talk about everything overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first day, the first one that was released, obviously the Series X. I was the one out of us who ordered it, and that was
That's good.
not fun.
Got money,
Because-
dude. Look at this guy.
Well, it's not necessarily because money. It wasn't fun because everything sold out like so quick. So the first place it launched was on the Microsoft Store. That's where I bought mine, and I got it within like the first 5 minutes of when it launched. And the date that it wouldn't come in was till the 23rd, as well as most people's weren't. And then Walmart was supposed to launch at the exact same time, but then Walmart didn't end up launching until like I think it was 12 in the morning Mountain Time, which it was supposed to be at 10 Mountain Time.
I actually have a question about the PS5 and Xbox.
What's up?
Okay, was there any like physical releases in like the in like stores?
So
Like,
not
box releases?
there were certain places that said they would. I know Walmart was one of the ones that said like, no, we're not going to release it on release date. It'll come out maybe in a few days after, but we're not going to put it out because we don't want people rushing to the store spreading more COVID. But I know
Nice.
like
That would
I
work,
know Target, I think Target did release it in stores the first day.
Did they?
I
They
believe
did.
so.
Target
'Cause I
weekend.
remember- I remember
everyone
seeing a
had-
lot of-
About it.
they
I
suck.
remember a lot of people like at like 1 in the morning, they were all saying like, "Oh yeah, just got my my Xbox from Target." They were all just going through Target, but it was like contact type delivery, so it's like you ordered it on the app, and then they'd bring it out to your car.
Contactless, yeah.
Yeah, the contactless,
That's interesting.
And it's a contact element.
and then you just go home. And
I didn't even know
so
that was a thing.
yeah.
It's
and
pretty
then-
cool.
So the way the release went out for the Xbox, it's like after the Microsoft Store sold out, that's when Best Buy's thing started opening for online orders, and that sold out in like 10 minutes. And then Target's online ordering and physical ordering came out, and they went in, and they ran out quick. And by the time it was like, I think it was 2 in the morning, like there was nothing left. Like they were out of stock at the time. Until Walmart did their new release in the morning, because Walmart was doing 4 separate releases, so then they don't run everything out at night. So it was gonna be like, I think it was like 12. All this is Eastern time. It was like 12, 6, 12, 6. So 12 when it releases at midnight, 6 a.m., 12 p.m. the next day, and then 6 p.m.
See, I'm planning to get mine on Friday if they have it. And if not, I'm just gonna sit there and whine. 'Cause I'm
So-
a little baby.
Where are you getting yours?
I mean, okay. First, we're gonna check GameStop, even though I highly doubt they'll have it there.
Oh, I forgot about GameStop. They sold out quicker than like any other one because
Yeah,
they had
and
this
it's
bundle
'cause-
deal.
It's because it's GameStop.
Mhm.
It's the first place you check if you're an actual gamer, anyways.
No, what? I hate GameStop. There's like, I only go to
What?
GameStop when I absolutely have to.
I will
No,
say
what?
I'll go
So-
to GameStop if you need to trade stuff in. Like that's
Here's the
definitely-
thing
Yeah,
about
like if you're trying to trade stuff. In.
No,
Here's what
the thing
GameStop
about
is good for. You go there just so you can spit on the employee and then leave. That's why you go to GameStop.
No,
No. Here's the thing about GameStop. if you're at GameStop long term, if you're doing the long term GameStop haul, you get like all these rewards and stuff, and you can like save them
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Get some
Yeah,
good
dude, you
stuff
get
out of it.
And then you get
good
like the
stuff.
monthly like magazine things in the mail. So it's like
Which
during.
suck. They really suck. I used to get them. They were.
I mean,
awful.
the old ones were good because I remember like back in like what I think it was like 2014. My cousin used to get it when he lived here with us, and every time we'd get it, it was actually like good games. Like at that time, Halo had released recently. I think it was 2014. I don't remember
And that's the
exactly.
thing though. Whenever there aren't any like game
Well-
releases, they don't talk about like in depth into like more of the video games. They talk about like these other random video games that came out like a year ago.
See,
Like
the,
the ones that
the
slip through
ones
the cracks.
the ones that we got were actually like decent. Like it came in with like, you know, games that were either recent or games that had good review and good scores on like at the time IGN, and IGN kind of sucks now. Everybody knows that, but
I just had like a really weird memory of a service that used to be able to get. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like you'd go to their website or something and get a subscription, and then they'd mail you like disc games, and you'd like play them and then send them
Oh
back.
my god, I remember what you're talking
What
about.
is it called? I can't remember.
I think it started with like I think it was like something fly or whatever.
Was it just
Gamefly.
Gamefly. It was
Is that it?
Gamefly.
Oh
That's
my
exactly what
God.
it is. Yeah. Gamefly
It
was
was-
cool. I
I
never
remember-
used it.
I
I was like,
remember
that's
the
so
commercial
cool.
of the two kids sitting in their freaking mansion and like they have a top hat. They have to have
Oh,
Those
yeah.
kids, yeah.
Dude, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember we did that, and we got Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and then we burned the disc onto another disc, and we
Brain.
literally stole Black Ops 2.
See,
Like we got free
smart
Black
kids.
Ops 2,
Smart kids there.
and then we did the same thing with Modern Warfare 3.
My dad used to do that with like movies that he got from the library.
Yeah.
That's piracy, but
So-
like in real life.
That's actual
For-
piracy.
For us, we actually didn't know how to do it, so my cousin would take it to school. He said he knows a guy, and he would come back with the disc burned on.
Don't worry, I know
We-
a guy.
We never
I know
found
a
out
kid.
who this guy was.
Wait, why don't
We
you
just knew a guy.
Why don't you just burn multiple discs and then sell them?
Actually,
We weren't that
Yo,
smart.
yeah.
You actually get so much money off of that.
That's
Yeah,
and then you don't
probably
need to
what.
pirate things.
That's
You can just buy
probably
it.
what the
That
guy
kid could
was
buy
for.
Gamefly.
That was probably what that guy was for. He probably sold it for like $5 to burn a disc. I don't doubt that.
I should go to
now that I think
elementary
about
schools
it.
and do that.
You know that wouldn't be a bad idea. Like burn the B.
Yeah, I
the
might get
B movie
arrested.
on like 50 discs.
I might get arrested. But that's no fun in that.
But
Might as well
only
get
the B
arrested.
movie, because I feel like people would not care if it was the B movie.
Okay, you want some B movie?
Oh no.
Hey, little guy, how's the B movie sound to you?
So,
So-
I remember the first time I played
Tony
Deadpool,
Weezer.
it was on some other kid's PS3, and it wasn't even his Deadpool. He got it from GameFly, and I was like, wow,
Gamefly.
that's so cool.
I remember one of the first video games I played was Plants vs Zombies, and it was off of a kid's stolen DS game that I grabbed. Like I stole his DS game. No, I didn't steal the whole DS. I just stole the game because he dropped it on the bus floor.
Dude, you
Oh,
guys
And
were the
I
rebels.
remember this, and it was like first grade, and I played it for like 3 weeks, and I just told my mom, "Oh yeah, he let me borrow it." And after those 3 weeks, I was like, "Oh, I feel bad," and I said, "Oh hey, I forgot to give this to you. I've had it in my backpack for weeks. You dropped it on the bus floor," and then I never talked to that kid again.
See, that's the difference between you and I. I would have either just thrown it away or stopped playing it.
I just kept on my shelf of things I've
Just
stolen.
like, man, I really feel bad for stealing this.
Yeah, I'd wait for
Might
him
as
to
well
be like,
just not play it.
right
wait.
next to some random kid's house key on my shelf. I don't know where his house is.
I'd
Wait,
wait
you just
until
have a
like
random
I
kid's
heard him
house
talking
key?
about it, and then I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. You lost your
Oh.
Plants vs Zombies? That sucks. Anyway,
Hold on, I actually have a story. Okay, so like in the first grade or something like that. I think it was first grade. I vaguely remember. There was this kid that was named John, right?
Con.
He was
I remember who you're talking about. I remember who you're talking about.
already a fake story. There's nobody named John in the real world.
What was he blonde or was he the redhead kid?
He
I
was
thought he
blonde.
was a red kid. redhead.
Oh,
kid.
I think he
vaguely
was a mixture of both, kind of.
like yeah, it's a little.
Because I
He's a little
remember
hard.
him,
Both.
yeah, I
I
remember
don't know. He
dropped
looked
out in
like
fourth
he
grade.
looked like some elf
Yeah,
that.
he dropped out
Yeah,
in fourth grade.
yeah, he dropped out in fourth grade.
He-
I remember that.
Yeah,
He was
I
this
was best
little
friends with
Wait,
this
wait,
kid in
wait,
fourth
wait.
grade.
Was he? Did he go to?
Wore like a lot of camouflage.
He went to Chaparral. I was best friends with this
Wait,
kid in
did
fourth
he?
grade.
Did he
and then
go
he
to
dropped
sixth
out.
grade?
Didn't tell me a single thing.
No,
he dropped out in
he
fourth grade.
dropped out in fourth grade because
Like
well, I don't know
entirely?
if he dropped out. He said he was dropping out, and then what the teachers were saying is he moved because he was like another farmer boy type guy. So it was like he went hunting. He was like he went to his farm a lot. So he either dropped out and works on his farm now, or he just moved, like the teachers were
Delightful.
saying.
Anyways, so this kid John, freaking, he went up to me in the first grade, gave me this key, this random key, and then just said, "Here, you can have it." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then so the next day, there's the
He
voice
said
crack.
it. He said he did warn
He
us.
did the voice
Yeah,
crack.
he did warn.
He did
It
it.
was there was
he
a
did the
warning.
thing.
I did the thing. So the next day, my mom's doing my laundry. She's like, "What is this?" And she finds the key, and I'm like, "Oh, my friend John gave that to me." She's like, "Give it back to him. You don't know where this goes to." I was like, "Okay, fine."
Coward.
Did you give
then-
it back to
then
him, or is
back.
that he still on like your desk?
No,
somewhere?
I went back and gave it back to him, and he was just really confused. He was like, "Okay," and then I watched him give it to another kid.
He has no right to be confused after he walked up and gave some rando a key.
We were in the same class, so I guess we weren't total strangers. We were like close enough to know each other's names.
Oh, another thing I remember in the first grade with Anson was the kid who like cut the web of his finger.
Oh yeah, right in between my thumb and my index finger, he
Yeah.
slit his scissors into
Like,
there. And just
Me and
back
Anson
out.
were just doing this like little first grade kid project with scissors. Like you got to cut it symmetrically.
And
and
this
the
kid
kid-
had big boy scissors.
Yeah,
He
so
did
he
not
cut-
have
yeah.
safety scissors.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
comes
you
up
guys'
to us,
first grade
right?
class.
And
When did
we're
this happen?
I think you were gone that day or something. But no, me and Anson are just
No,
sitting there
it's okay.
doing it. The kid walks up and the kid's like, "Hey, can I join?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Right? And he goes there,
I'm never gonna
yeah.
forget this.
and then the kid literally like just goes towards Anson's hand
He
and
stabs
cuts
my
it.
hand. He just goes up and just shabs it, dude. And my hand was bleeding all the way to the nurse's
Yeah,
office. And I'm
and
just like,
and-
"Oh, it's a Band-Aid."
And I think I remember what happened to that kid is after Anson left, they just changed his card from green to yellow and made him write a note to his parents. That was it. They didn't like call his parents and say your son stabbed a kid. You need to like take him out of school right
All
now.
right, what happened? What happened in my grade school in like fourth and fifth, is that there was this like long paper sheet. It was like laminated, and it was like a gradient of a rainbow, and they had like clips that had every kid's name on it, and you'd have to clip down, and it was the most shameful
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
For us-
We had a similar
cool.
system.
For
It was
us,
card
yeah.
changing. There
Yeah,
was,
so you would
cars
like
behind
lift,
other cars.
yeah, it would be like I think it was like red, then blue, then yellow. No, it was green.
No, it was
blue,
green,
yellow.
yellow, blue. What?
Yeah, it was
Orange.
green, blue.
What?
Like once, yeah, and then it was orange after that, then red.
Go down
And I
the
remember,
colors.
it went blue, for like the first 3 grades, and once you got to 4th grade, they were like, "Nah, you're in the big kids area now. It's
Oh, yeah,
either green, yellow, or red."
It's
For
either
me-
green, yellow, red, and I think there was the last straw. It was purple. You basically
What?
kicked out of the class for the day.
Purple was
Yeah,
good.
you just sat on the at the front office.
Purple.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Red was like a call to the parents.
speaking of the front office, I remember that they were showing like the first ever sex ed thing in like
Oh.
4th grade, and I was like,
Wow.
"Well, I remember this," and I remember I was
Oh,
like,
God.
so I'm in 4th grade, and I'm like, "Well, I know about this stuff," and I give my parents like the slip. Because it's like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this stuff by 4th grade. I'm probably wrong. But anyways, so I give them the
You were
slip,
very wrong.
and then my mom's like, "What? I don't want you to see any of this." And then she signs it to where I can't go. So I had to sit in the front office reading a book for 2 hours because it turns out the presentation was 2 hours.
In fourth?
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
All other
Yeah.
kids were
Alright,
feeling
alright.
really
I have
It
a
was
story
important.
about that sex ed presentation.
I
have a
have
story about that.
Oh, okay.
So-
You should-
Yeah, I
My
did.
parents
I did not
signed it,
have
right?
one.
My parents signed in. They're like, yeah, you can go. So
Was I not
I
at
was sitting
school
next
that
to.
day?
I've
What
never had a
happened?
sex ed
Probably
presentation
not.
in my
Remember
life.
this.
So basically, I was sitting next to Carlos and Ivan. I think you guys know them, right?
Oh, okay,
Carlos and
yeah,
Ivan.
yeah.
Yeah, and they said penis in the video, and the teacher was like, "It's okay to say it. It's your private part." So we
Penis,
just go
penis,
around
penis,
the
penis.
entire day screaming penis.
I knew it.
I still remember the book I was reading. It was like a lemonade. It was like lemonade something. It was a book, and it was about it was like I don't remember what it was
I
about,
just-
but I remember the
Search it
title
up,
had
dude.
lemonade in it.
God, I spit my water everywhere. I hate you, guys.
Okay. On top of that, I remember like in fourth grade, I was like a weenie kid, and I was like, "Oh, I can't watch any of this. There's holes in this guy's skin because it was like a drug presentation. You know how like the dip can like make holes go through like the bottom of
Yeah.
your yeah." So I was like a weenie, and I wasn't watching the video. I was just closing my eyes,
I was so
waiting for it
confused
to
why so
end.
many kids were like grossed out by it. I was just like, oh, neat. Like,
Yeah, so I was like, so I'm
Bro,
like
you can
this little
drink
weenie
water.
Yeah, I
kid.
want a hole in
I'm
my
like this
skin.
little weenie kid, and I'm like there with my eyes closed, and the teacher just gets tired of me just having my eyes closed, and she says, just go to the front office and read a book. So I grabbed a book because we were in the library, and I went to the front office and I read that whole book,
Nice.
beginning to end. And it was
Go,
like
dude.
a 200-page book, and I was like in third grade.
I stole a book from 6th grade.
I still have a stolen book.
No,
I
no,
actually need
I
to
seventh.
turn
have
that in.
multiple stolen books from like each grade because almost every grade where we were given a book and we're expected to like turn it back at the end of the year. I just didn't.
Yeah, so I have a stolen book because they literally lost my records for the school. So like my record for like my books that were checked out were gone. So I was like, "Oh, I'll just keep the book because it's like, that's cool." And then like at the very end of last year, suddenly boom, my records just turned back up out of nowhere. Like I don't know what happened, but it just like pops back up. So now I owe them like $20 or
Bruh.
the book and like 50 cents because it's overdue.
Well, like it only happened. I only stole books from the ones where they weren't like taking off names. They were just like, all right, put your books over there, like those.
So you intentionally stole books.
not on purpose. I would just intentionally not
Like-
return them because I was lazy.
His journey. Yeah, let me guess. Do you still have Journey to the Center of the Earth from like 6th grade?
No, she didn't
Dude.
give those. She didn't give us those. We had to.
What
turn them
about
back at the
Ender's
end of the
Game?
day each day. I have
Ender's
that,
Game
yeah.
from like 8th grade.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, I have that. Let me see if I can find it. I'll be
Oh
back.
my goodness.
All right. So
Oh my
while,
God.
while he goes to look for that,
Let's go
we
back
can-
to the topic of Xbox.
yeah, let's go back to like the PS5 and Xbox. So based off of the release, I personally like the power over like the game. So obviously that's why I chose the Xbox, just because the specs are a bit better. But overall, what do you guys think is the better released console currently? Because
found it.
He found it, dude.
oh, he found it. That was a lot faster than I expected.
It was right there on my shelf. Hold on. I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah,
All right.
I can pull it up on the OBS.
Oh my god.
Well, you guys.
All right.
We can do some editing, just like pulling it up on the screen really fast.
Yeah.
So
Just like
basically,
slight editing like that.
It's literally easier to do it this way.
So
I think the Xbox is better. And
I
here's
think-
why.
I think the console's better, yes, but I think which release is better. I think the PS5's release is better.
I don't know the answer to this question, dude. I didn't watch either of the releases. Dude.
Well, no, by the release, I don't mean like how it went out, because the PS5 release went bad. People were pissed off because the Walmart website just shut down when like 50,000 people had the PS5 in its carts. So people got all pissed. The people who couldn't get their order through.
Being in the cart doesn't actually mean anything when it comes to online shopping. People don't realize that.
It was in the cart and they were ready to order it, and then the website crashed.
They can't be
A
mad at
lot of
Walmart for
people-
that. They can't.
Yeah.
Like, their servers aren't
That's-
designed for that.
Yeah, like
Design for 5 million. Or how many people were using that?
500.
I thought it was
I don't
160.
know, dude. There was like a lot
that
of
can't be
people
right.
though. But the reason why I think the PS5 kind of just launched better is it has a lot more games off drop. Like Halo Infinite was supposed to be like, the boy for Xbox Series X, but they don't really got anything right now.
Because
At
like
least exclusive wise.
I can imagine that people who bought the Series X are pretty bored right now because there's no Series X games out right now.
I mean, you still got games like, Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed
you have some
Valhalla.
You have the
I know that Borderlands 3 was like optimized for it, instantly off drop.
Oh,
But
that's
then
awesome.
there's like even other games that like a lot of the EA Sports games normally they'd be optimized for it. Madden isn't going to be optimized till December. I know FIFA isn't optimized for it yet. The only game you could play that's like a sport game is 2K, so the basketball game. And then I know like if you're going through racing games, most of the Forza games aren't there. I think maybe one Forza game is there, and I know Dirt 5 is like optimized.
dirt.
Hey man, as long as I can shoot hoops with my bros, that's all that matters.
With my bros.
Basketball is like
Oh.
the worst sport. But I think like they both have their perks, but the Series X is powerful, but the PS5 just fits my aesthetic better. So
So let's put a little bit of background knowledge here. The only reason why Jazz wants the PS5 isn't because he likes it better, isn't because he thinks the games are better.
it's prettier.
It's because he thinks it looks nicer.
Like the
That's
UI,
it.
This guy wants
the
this guy
console
would rather.
itself.
He thinks
guy would rather have
everything
the Wi-Fi
else
router.
about the Xbox is better. He thinks it's like better running. He likes Microsoft better, but he thinks the PS5 looks prettier.
Yeah.
One
Hey,
thing,
man,
okay.
I don't like Sony,
one
but
thing
I
I wanna
really
say-
like Spider-Man. So
What is
That's
life
fair.
if you're not vain? Like I don't see why it's a sin.
I mean, at a certain point, Vane gets a little too far, but that's a topic for another day.
Why?
All right. One thing I want to say
Ah.
is I really like the fact that you can switch between games. Like,
Oh yeah,
That's
Like,
that's gonna be
basically
tough to
alt
give up.
tab, alt tab.
it's really cool. Yeah, it's basically like alt tabbing on a console. It's freaking cool.
That's
yeah, but
like
does that mean that those games are just running all at the same time?
yes.
Yeah, they're just running.
Yeah, they
If
are.
you don't close them,
and,
they're just
and
running.
they're able to like run at maximum capacity still.
Which is insane.
That's
Like,
really
if you
insane for
think
me to
about the
just think about
processing
that.
power. Think about the processing power.
I think
that has
that's
to go
why the
into that.
processor is
There's
stronger on the
probably
Series X.
no, but there's probably still a limit to how many
Yeah.
you can have open.
No, there's still a
But-
limit,
Yeah,
but
it's
I think
five
that's
on
why the
thing.
processor's currently like. I think that's why they got a 3.8 in the Series X versus the
Is it
3.5 that's in the
possible to
PS5.
overclock your Xbox now?
I don't think so, just because there, like you said, there is a limit.
That's gonna be a tough feature to give up, cause like that is really cool. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it's
use it,
like-
but
Not for
it's
me. That's
a
not
cool
like a
thought.
big feature. That I
Well,
would-
to me, I'd use it like for games like an example is like say you guys want to play Apex and I'm in the middle of playing another game. I'd just always have Apex open because I know that's a game we play a lot.
The thing
know,
is,
like that.
games like Apex, even on, especially on the newer consoles, they're gonna take like they're gonna be so much faster at loading up, anyways. So
You know what?
Not
I'm gonna
really
let you guys decide if I get a Series X or a
I don't
PS5.
see too much of it.
I mean, overall, I think it's just whatever you want, and I think maybe
Yeah.
like I know me and Ishan are getting the Series X, so I might as well be like a 50-50.
I'm still not sure what I'm getting. I want to see if they're. By the time I have enough money to,
Yeah,
they'll probably
because
be
it's like
on both consoles to make a full decision.
Mhm.
But both consoles are brand new; they don't have a lot of new stuff for them.
Yeah.
So
because I know like Xbox bought like Bethesda and stuff, so it's like who knows? Maybe there's gonna be a new sick Fallout game, although I don't think there will, based off of 76. Maybe there'll be like a really sick Fallout game, or like just a new game by Bethesda, like a new Skyrim type game.
remember how
You mean
hard
Skyrim exactly?
Battle Royale flopped?
Fallout Battle
Yeah.
Royale, dude.
Oh,
No one
dude,
talked
I
about it past the
completely
first
forgot
day.
about
Flopped
that.
so hard.
I think
Nobody
it was
remembers it.
Like the only thing I remember was the day it was released.
I
I
actually
don't
have no
even
idea
remember
what
a
you guys are
single
talking
person
about.
playing it.
I,
It was like
I
Fallout 51 or something like that.
The only reason why I've seen gameplay of it is because Critical has a video on his YouTube channel about it.
Oh, that makes
Well,
sense.
it's a singular video where he just plays it. That's it. He never touches it again.
Yeah,
Because it's so awful.
Fallout 76 just flopped. It's
That
like
is not a PvP game. It's so not a PvP game.
PvP.
They made such a mistake by trying to just grab onto the battle royale community and hold tight.
Skyrim Battle
Well,
Royale.
I mean, don't forget, like, look
I
at what
would
the
be
battle
interested
royale
in
community
Skyrim Battle
was.
Royale.
No.
That's
No.
a whole different thing.
Skyrim battle royale, and you can have any mod you want
Oh my goodness.
at all
Oh my
times.
god.
Skyrim
The
mod
Goku
is
mod.
Broken.
Thomas the Tank Engine mod.
Why is that so
Boom, boom,
famous in the
boom.
Skyrim memes?
I don't know.
It's Thomas the Tank
I
Engine.
saw it in like one Skyrim video, and that was it.
It's like a fan
But-
favorite, I guess.
Yeah. Well, since we're on the topic of games, the most recent Game of the Year nominations are now all in, all the final ones. So let me look at exactly which ones those were.
Also,
I know it was.
Gavin,
Oh, continue.
in podcast ideas, why did you say diet soda is bad?
Because I was drinking diet soda, and I meant to send it to.
Diet soda is so bad. That's a good point.
Like,
yeah,
is that-
I meant to.
Let's discuss
I meant to
that.
send it to something else. So
It's
okay,
awful.
so diet soda tastes sugary, even though it has no sugar. Like it literally tastes like the most sugary thing possible, and it literally just does not have any sugar, and it's disgusting. It just tastes bad.
Fair point. Fair point. Can't argue with that.
Like it's like, can you say that that like all this is like good?
I mean, I don't drink like soda that often, and when I do, it's not diet. I haven't
Yeah.
had enough diet soda to make an opinion.
So they also, as well as Game of the Year, they also released the most anticipated Game of the Year versus, just Game of the Year. So the options for Game of the Year are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Which everyone hated.
Yeah, which the thing that I actually find the most surprising is if you were to go on Twitter, the game that everybody's talking about out of all of those that they want to win is actually The
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2.
Why?
Dumb.
I don't know.
When Doom
Like,
Eternal
I
is
thought-
right there.
Like, I think, yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, I'm biased towards Animal Crossing. I'm gonna be honest here.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm
Both.
biased.
Like,
I feel like those are the top front runners. Like, Doom Eternal was a really good game, and then Animal Crossing, Animal Crossing has reached out further than just like most people who play video games. Like, I know some friends that never played video games before that now play Animal Crossing because they like that so much.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to play it, but if it's anything like all of the other Animal Crossing games, it's probably pretty good.
I mean, it's a nominee for Game of the Year, so I think that like at least give you some insight
I don't
on it.
understand the Final Fantasy craze. It's just the same thing over and over.
I don't know. It just looks really good, and it also looks fun. That's it. I want to play it. And if I get a PS5, I can.
It's old though. Like, move on. They're
Yeah, maybe
not only
4
did they
years.
make like 15,000 Final Fantasy games, now they're remaking them.
Well,
Yeah, it's the same
specifically,
reason why people remake the Pokemon games.
oh, one of the game, Apex is actually one game that was nominated for an award.
Which one?
What game?
Which one?
Best community. I think it says best community support.
Oh, that's right.
They're not winning that.
Yeah,
Actually-
okay, you know what? No, it really looks like they're gonna win. Your options are Apex, Destiny 2, Fall
Oh, no,
Guys,
man.
Fortnite, No
Yeah.
Man's Sky, or Valorant.
Okay, they're winning.
First of all,
Winner by
why is
forfeit.
Fortnite
maybe
up
No
there?
Man's Sky, but like,
I really don't like necessarily.
why is
see
Animal?
too
Yeah, why is
much.
Animal Crossing not there? There's
Animal Crossing doesn't have a community because it's a single player game. I think this is
Yeah.
talking about specifically multiplayer
It's not even
community
single player. You
games.
can play multiplayer, bro.
What about Halo?
Yeah, but it's not like a PvP type thing.
Yes.
Oh, and Among Us actually made it up here as well for best
Oh.
multiplayer game.
Among Us.
Among Us.
And- And,
people
and
fantasize
Animal
about Among Us
Crossing
characters
New
too much.
Horizons was also put in the category for best multiplayer game.
Yes.
I don't know about
I don't think
Animal
you'd win that,
Crossing
but-
as a multiplayer game. The funnest part about Animal Crossing seems to be
The single player. Yeah, I can
the
agree
single player,
with
just
that.
having fun in your island, just
Yeah.
building everything up.
All the games
Yeah,
that
I
have
can
just
agree
came
with that.
out are just the like it's just all the Game Awards stuff. So the stuff that they would give out. So an example is like Content Creator of the Year, and how last year Mr. Beast lost to Tana Mongoose.
Oh my
God.
god. Is
So-
Mr. Beast a candidate this year? Please
So
tell
the
me he was a
candidates
candidate this year.
are Alana Pierce,
Cool.
Nick
Who?
Merckx, Tim the Tatman, Jayan
Ooh.
Lopez, and Valkyrie.
Come on,
I'm biased towards
Tim.
Tim the Tatman. Yeah, I'm
Tim
biased
the
towards Tim the
Tatman.
Tatman. He's a good guy. He deserves it.
He's a really good guy.
There's just like a lot of categories that are out right now, and obviously like we can't go individually through each one. There's like best role playing game, best performance. That one's an interesting one
I
because
just,
The Last of Us 2 is
Best
still
Those are
there.
not- nominees
role-playing
for best
game. Have you guys
performance.
heard of VR chat?
Shut up! Shut up!
I'd like to point out that Microsoft is really cutting it close with this MCC crossplay by the end of the year.
Yeah,
What's
MC
like
MCC?
literally.
Are they gonna
1
release
month.
it on the 31st? Like, is it a New Year's present, or is it gonna
It was
come out
MCC.
MCC
Yeah.
crossplay.
Master Chief Collection?
So
Oh,
I
okay.
think the interesting thing, another interesting thing specifically to me is best performance. Like, who did their character the best? So Ashley Johnson is Ellie from The Last of Us 2. Nunjay Jeter from as Miles Morales from Miles Morales.
The voice acting
I
in Miles Morales was awesome.
What about Half-Life
Good,
Alyx?
yeah.
Concerned.
That is not like a nomination, Jazz. No,
Please.
it's not in there.
Come
There's
on.
2 from The Last of Us, 1 from Ghost of Tsushima, and then the last one's Hades from
Alex
Hades.
Vance character development.
Okay, so I really can't say much about this one because I have no clue on any of the games there. Literally,
So-
I've never seen any of the games there.
The most anticipated games, I'm trying to see. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, Resident Evil Village, God of War. I can't read the last word just because
Wait.
it's so small.
Has the Breath of the Wild sequel? Is that out?
No, these are
It's-
just the most anticipated games.
Oh,
like the ones-
anticipated. Okay.
Yeah,
So
It's
I-
Cyberpunk.
Horizon
theoretical.
Forbidden, Elder Rhino, and Halo Infinite, obviously.
No, these are games that have have like
Yeah.
like commercials or whatever. They
Like
just,
yeah, like the one that that people are like excited to play the most.
I was surprised that like have the Breath of the Wild 2 is still being made. That was like there was a commercial for that like 2 years ago or 3 years. It was a while.
It wasn't that long ago. It was like
It
towards the very
feels
beginning of
like
the
it was
year.
that long.
Well,
no,
I think it,
not for 2020.
no, I think it was from 2020 or like
What?
late 2019.
Oh.
Because it's like
I think that-
like what when do you remember what's it called? Animal Crossing releasing, Anson.
That was the beginning of 2020. That was the start of the new year.
It was
Everyone remembers that.
it was March.
I remember there was a lot of
Yeah.
memes because Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing were released on the same day.
Yeah, they were the exact same day. So there was like a lot of pictures of like, Isabel holding the Doom guy's gun.
Doom guy giving Isabella a piggyback ride.
Yeah, stuff like that. Dude, do you guys remember that
No.
Black Widow was supposed to release this year?
What?
That movie?
Oh, that's a movie.
Black
I forgot
Widow
about
movie.
that. Guess,
Yeah, they're
nobody
gonna
cared.
just release it to Disney Plus. I'm pretty sure.
What weenie?
Bruh.
What kind of spineless
I'm not paying
loser
into the
weenie
movie.
pays
No.
for Disney Plus? Disney is my. I hate Disney.
You hate a
I'm not
lot of
paying
things,
the
to be
movie.
fair.
You hate
I'm not
everything.
paying
Jazz.
Literally
Yes.
name something good that Disney has made or done. Disney sucks.
Marvel.
Marvel.
Didn't they buy that?
They bought it, but
No.
they still made
Oh.
a lot of the movies after. Like the
Marvel.
Spider-Man movies. That came from Disney.
That's on the director, not the Disney itself.
I mean,
On
who do you think
Bro.
hired the director?
I don't know.
I did.
Disney.
Disney.
Either way, Disney sucks. Don't pay for Disney Plus, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, now that we have the bad take, let's have a good take. Anson, give us a good take.
No,
Are you-
no, don't you dare put this on me.
Are you
No,
genuinely
no, no,
saying
no,
that
no.
Disney Plus isn't bad? Like Disney's
I
as
mean,
a
it's-
company is terrible. Just pirate
Well, it's
their
not
stuff.
garbage. It's like, it's not garbage. Like what you can get, Phineas and Ferb. It's a pretty good show.
Sergeant Tunnel West!
You know, you can go to Kiss Anime and watch Phineas and Ferb.
Can you?
No, I think that would be Kiss Cartoon.
Kiss
Kiss
Anime.
So-
Cartoon.nz.
Phineas and Ferb is the best
That'd be
anime.
very cool though.
Be interesting.
Phineas and Ferb
First
big
one,
anime.
probably the best anime.
It's just like every single time their mom like comes home, it's just like Candace like full Naruto sprinting down to go better.
Candace-chan.
And like everybody,
Battle
instead of
Queen,
everybody just wouldn't have eyes, like or they would have eyes, but very just lines, you know. That's it. It'd be-
It sounds like you're trying to make a racist Asian
Racist
version
Look,
Phineas
I'm
and
not-
Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb, yeah.
Look. Let's move on to the next topic.
Racist Phineas and Ferb. Baljeet is exactly the same.
I don't want to talk about the same word.
So the next thing is the YouTube's new terms of service that were put in today, which
Stinky.
I still don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't. Really.
so. Let me real quick go to the actual terms of service so I can read it, because like it was like big change. Well, more specifically, no, it was just a big change. So if I were to read out the exact ones, it is that their new restriction will now. You are not allowed to collect or harvest any information that might identify a person, for example, username or faces, unless permitted by that person or allowed under the section 3 above.
So there's no like
So
PewDiePie
what they
real face.
added,
Every single
what-
that we've said in this
so-
video at the beginning.
what they added was or faces basically to that new restriction. Is so now it's like you cannot just try to harvest any information by looking for people's specific faces.
That sounds fair. That sounds fine.
Yeah. So they
Yeah,
they changed
that's
it from
not bad.
just usernames to usernames and faces, because they're adding it so then it's like, you know, you can't collect data of people off of YouTube
Oh, okay.
and
So
use like
I
you
can-
know,
that's
facial
not bad.
recognition stuff on there.
So I could like report a video that has me in it.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
All
I
right.
think that's what.
Anson, you know what
did.
video I'm going for?
No, it's a face.
Anson has coronavirus.
So-
That's the video. You should go.
Let me
for it.
let me
That's
read out
his
what
own video.
actually it translates to. You grant to YouTube. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Whoops.
Whoops.
They're adding this to the terms of service to be extremely explicit of which it's something that you collect from YouTube. So you can put something in there, but you cannot collect it from YouTube. So I can't like go through YouTube and look for Anson's face on YouTube, and then like, you know, take a picture of it, take a picture of his username and stuff like that. I can like, you know, I don't know, get in trouble for it. I don't necessarily know.
They'd come to your house and shoot you immediately.
I think it'll probably
Same
just be
concern.
like if I get it and then post it out, like if I get it through YouTube and then post this like pictures through YouTube and stuff,
I
and his
think-
usernames, then
I feel like
I'll
your
get
account would
punished
be
and it'll
suspended.
get like, yeah, probably. Now the next one, this is the bad one.
No, it's
The
good.
So the
clicker.
bad one
The
is
clicker.
the
Bad boy.
right to monetize. You grant YouTube the right to monetize your content
Whoa.
and service, and such monetizations may include displaying ads within the content or charging the users with a fee for access. This agreement does not entitle you to any payments. Starting November 18th, 2020, any payment you may entitled to receive from YouTube under any other agreement between you and YouTube, including payments under the YouTube Partner Program, channel memberships, or super chats, will be treated as royalties. If required by law, Google will withhold taxes from such payments. Basically, what this means is that they are now going to put ads in ad-friendly channels. So an example is Anson. Your channel is
Question.
mainly ad-friendly.
Yeah,
because-
question about that actually. First,
What's
real
up?
quick. What about pre-existing content?
I
No.
believe that it says starting today that they will start rolling it out. So I'm assuming that would also mean in previous videos.
Dang, I was close.
Hmm.
So it's like, because it says you may see ads on some of your videos. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean like some of
Oh,
your videos
okay.
starting today.
Yeah.
So
God.
like an example is you got a pretty like ad friendly channel. Like you don't really like have anything like no curse words,
That's
nothing.
it. I'm
bad.
cursing and putting freaking those everywhere.
I'm
Yeah,
yellow.
and so
Gamer word.
what'll happen is like they'll just start putting ads on there, and they'll collect the money from it. You won't get any money of that is getting put out, which I thought that was the purpose of the partnership program in the first place. Like, you get partnered so you could get money, so then you have an incentive to get partnered. Now there's literally no incentive to get partnered, except like YouTube won't be taking the money that I'm earning.
No, there's still an incentive because you're still not making money off of it.
Well, yeah, but I thought like that was the point of the partnership program. It was like, rather than making an incentive that I want to get my money that I'm deserved, it should be that I'm trying to just get money.
On every video I upload, I have to check whether or not it's for kids. But I can't check a box that says you can take my money. Like, they could have at least made it a box.
All right, I have a different question now.
Mhm.
So for videos, now for the people who aren't partnered, will it still show them how much money they could have made?
I
That
don't
YouTube end up stealing?
I don't believe so. No, not from what it says on this thing.
God.
And the bad thing about all of this too is like you have to reach the requirements, which is like 4,000 hours watched within a year, 1,000 subscribers or more, and you have to live in a region where that partnership program exists. So if you don't live in a region where that partnership program exists in the first place, it's like you're never getting your money. You're never gonna get money.
I did not know that was a requirement. That's so
Yeah.
dumb.
So it's like, and then on top of that, it's like the only thing that's really changed is you will now pay your taxes are going to be paid with each paycheck you get. So it's like, instead of paying your taxes at the end of the year, your taxes are going to be deducted off of each thing, and then like anything that's not just the straight AdSense will be what is considered royalties. So like, getting donations from streams or added members to your channel, then yeah.
So
What
it's
does
the
it mean
same
by
percentage.
royalties?
If-
Royalties is just like extra money. Like if you got a tip as a waiter.
If I'm not in the partnership program and they're monetizing my videos, are they still taking that certain percentage for taxes?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like,
That's
and
an
whose
interesting
taxes will
question.
it go towards? Because I could get in trouble
Mom.
for tax fraud if they are.
Well, no. It won't go towards your taxes because you're not making that money.
But I
It'd go
am.
towards theirs, if anything.
I'm making
No,
the
you're
money
not
and they're
making it.
taking it.
No, they're not taking it. You're just getting monetized on those. Like there's a monetization money. So because don't forget that the way it works is it goes through AdSense, and your AdSense won't be activated since you don't even have that partnership program. So you're not getting that money. It's all YouTube's money. They're just making the money from you. It's like you're a worker for them for free.
So that doesn't sound
Dumb.
legal. So
It
they're
is
making
legal.
money off of my property.
It's called slavery.
I mean, it's not off of your property. You chose to post it on their
So you know
channel,
how, you know how
on their website.
if
still.
YouTubers using other YouTubers' stuff, they can copy strike them and
Mhm.
blah 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 fair use.
Yeah.
Where does that fall in this situation?
They probably still could get the money off the AdSense through that fair use stuff. So this could also create basically a new like people now have an incentive to copy strike smaller channels now. Like say like, oh, I want the money off of this because I'm in it.
And
even though
God,
it's a
that's
channel that,
such a stupid idea.
Like they
but
could have
the
just not
but
done
it's
this
not
at all.
like they're not taking it from like I do find it interesting that they chose to do this.
It's such a scummy thing, I feel.
Mhm.
Some
So-
people purposely post videos unmonetized because they don't want to monetize those videos for a certain reason. Not because they can't, they don't want, not because they aren't able to, but because they don't want to.
Yeah.
But now YouTube's like,
Wait. So you can choose. You can
So-
choose if your videos are monetized in the YouTube that we know. However,
No, you
what if
can't.
you check? What if you are a partner and then you choose to not monetize it? Is it still
then it won't
monetized?
come up. No, it's not monetized then.
That's so weird.
Okay.
So
This
like
is just
so the
dumb.
way they describe it in the update like notice thing is they say this means as a creator that's not in the YouTube partnership program, you may see ads on some of your videos. Since you are not currently in the YouTube partnership program, you won't see a share of this revenue from these ads, but you'll still have the opportunity to apply to the YouTube partnership program as you normally would once you meet the eligibility requirements.
So, like,
So basically, they're just making money off your videos. That's it.
This makes me not want to upload
Indeed.
on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, what other option you got?
Something else. Like, I
That's
know I'm
great.
not. I know, like, my videos don't get that many views. They get like 20. So they're only making like, they're making less than a penny off of my videos. But I don't want anyone making anything off of something I made, except for me. I don't care how little they're making.
So
If I took a dookie on the sidewalk and someone sold it for a penny, I'd be pissed.
I
That's
think
my
I wouldn't be
rightfully owned.
pissed.
I own that
Hold
penny.
on.
That's my
I
penny.
think a better analogy for that is you're taking a dookie on top of someone's lawn. The
Yeah.
person who owns that lawn is then taking the dookie and selling it for a penny. Because you took the dookie on their property,
That's fair.
legally
Yeah.
they have every right.
Yeah.
That's actually a really
Because
good
now they're calling
analogy.
for it.
Yeah. I don't like that analogy.
Yo, wait.
So
This kid's got an analogy.
if you
bro.
read, and the thing is if you read the YouTube partnership program thing, is they say that they changed it to basically improve the identity, like to identify creators that like contribute positively to YouTube, and then they did it so then they could get ad revenue to them faster, and now they're just cutting out the middleman. It's like, so during the point whenever they made the partnership program, they did it so then they don't have to, like,
Pay pennies
Pay,
to
like,
every
pennies
person
to
who got
every
like
person,
two.
Oh, and now
views
suddenly
on
pennies
their
start adding up
thing.
once it's going
And
into
then-
their pocket.
And then
Mhm.
as YouTube has gotten more popular, they even changed it to where it's like, well, we can afford to pay more people now, so let's pay more people. And they changed it from, it used to be 10,000 lifetime views, right? So it's like that's like quite a bit,
Hmm.
right? That's what it was originally.
That's like 5
And then they
clickbait videos.
Exactly. This guy gets it, dude.
That's how I
Right.
think now.
But you also had to follow the community guidelines, which that wouldn't go part of the community guidelines technically.
No,
It's
it's satire. Because
but things keep going. But people kept hitting that mark too often, because once you're on YouTube for long enough, you're gonna hit that mark. And so it got to that point to where they just decided, like, okay, well, we need to change it to get it a little harder. So they made it 1,000 subscribers in 4,000 hours, and basically make it to where, like, and 4,000 hours a year, and then 1,000 subscribers. So basically make it to where, rather than like clickbait titles, you also have to get a following, right?
Off
And
those clickbait titles.
off those clickbait titles, right? And then that would be able to allow YouTube to get in touch with you better, because there's going to be less people hitting that mark. And so the point was to help to give them more ad revenue, right? And now they're basically changing it to, like, well, we could drive more ad revenue, but now we're also going to get more money for ourselves. Which I've always been confused on necessarily,
Why?
like, how they got money. Because it's like, obviously you get the ads, but a lot of that ad revenue does go to the person. So how do you get your extra money from that? Like, how does YouTube manage to, like, stay afloat with all this money? Because they're so, like,
Investors.
from what I heard is, yeah, probably investors. Like, I don't get
maybe they take a
necessarily
certain
how.
percentage, like off of
Mhm.
monetized videos.
Yeah, to be
10%.
fair, a lot of people make like thousands of dollars per video. Like, if they're getting 10% of that, that's $100 in their pocket.
Plus, don't forget, like, YouTube Rewind, I guess. Because
No,
they
what I'm
would
saying-
still make monetization money off of that as well.
What I'm saying
They're not
is
making one this year. That's crazy.
YouTubers are actually making $1,100, but they're just subtly swiping away that extra 100 and telling them they're only making 1,000. Which
See,
sounds
the
shady
thi-
when you put it that way, but that's like, it's just like YouTube tax.
So, there's a few people who are asking, like, in the comments on the Twitter post of where I saw it from, and like one of these people asked like, what is the point of the partnership program now? I thought the idea was to like approve the channel to display ads, but since you're putting on ads at anything, it seems like YouTube partnership program is just a barrier to justify withholding the money from everybody, right? And then YouTube just kind of answered by saying like, we look at many factors when reviewing channels for the YouTube partnership program. So regardless, all the videos must be ad friendly to show ads. We also offer other benefits with people who come from the YouTube partnership program aside from serving ads. So basically they're saying like, yeah, the partnership program has no point in ads anymore, but you could still get members and you could still get super chat donations. Kind of
That's
just
dumb.
making that the new incentive of it.
That's
And
fine.
so-
Just go to Twitch.
Yeah, it's like, why? Like, if you're gonna try and get donations, then why not just go to Twitch? Because Twitch gives you just the straight up donation, unless
Yeah,
you're
I don't
going
think
through like
anything-
I mean,
Streamlab or
you
something.
can't
and
upload. Oh wait, I mean, if it's super
Obviously,
chats we're
you
talking
can't
about,
upload.
then it's still streaming.
Because what we're speaking of is like basically their incentive is members and super chats, which you basically get on Twitch, which is just subscribers and
Vimeo,
then just normal
Daily
donations.
Motion.
And so I think this is very interesting because now YouTube has they were currently about to become like the better streaming platform just because of Twitch's DMCA, and now by inputting this new thing to where people are going to get ads on something they don't want to get ads on, because like you said earlier, like I want money, so why not give me my money because I'm making that?
Because it's clearly not a problem to put ads on it.
Hmm.
Like they're
If it's not a problem, then why not give the money to everybody?
Yeah.
If you're gonna suddenly like before I thought the problem was it's really hard to get the ads out to every single human on YouTube, but it's obviously you're able to do that. Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So if
a craft
every
business, though.
like channel was eligible for like monetization, my clickbait video of CS:GO hacks or something would have gotten me like $3, I think. But I'm not
So
an
so
owner
then
of a $3 bill.
yeah. But except obviously it's not going to be per past views because that wouldn't work. Because the way AdSense works is it's like per watch of the ad in the video. So it's not just per watch of the video. So if somebody's got an ad blocker on, then you're not going to make money off that dude.
Views and ads are different. You make money from ads and views separately.
I think it's interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting because so what you're doing is you're making a people not in the partner program, you're basically using them for profit and then basically kicking them while they're down and making them work for you for free. Like an example is if Anson gets say Anson posts a video every day, gets 1,000 views per video, and he only has 400 subscribers.
It
right?
won't matter.
It won't matter.
It won't matter. He's not getting
Because
money off
if people watch that ad, right, and they're like, oh, and say Anson would have made like, I don't know, like we'll say like $15 that month. YouTube made that $15. Anson didn't make it.
I get no McDonald's that month.
Exactly.
Damn, bro, he can't eat. YouTube, look what you did, bro.
See, and then YouTube profits off that. Because I feel like the thing before was people are fine with doing something for fun because they know eventually they're going to get paid. But now they know that they could get paid, but they're just not getting paid. So I think
It feels like a kick to the crotch, man.
yeah, it's like kicking a guy when he's down, because it's like you're already working for free, but like it's at least no one else is getting the money.
It's like kicking a baby before they even learn how to walk.
It's like kicking a baby
Yeah.
before they leave the womb.
I think
Like
that's
Kicking
illegal.
the stomach of the mother.
Karate-induced abortion.
So I definitely think that's interesting. Like they counteract it with one good thing, one bad thing, but the good thing is like completely not at the same level as the bad thing.
What's the good thing?
The good thing is you can't get people's faces off of YouTube and use it for bad reasons.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I've always
it's
wanted to
like-
see deep fakes of Markiplier making spaghetti, and now I
But
can't.
Never again.
Never again.
what are we gonna do without this like amazing feature? But yeah, it's like
Cry.
what what is YouTube like necessarily thinking in that moment?
Oh.
Because like
So you know all
Murder.
those Dame Dane videos? Is
dumb.
each one going to going to get taken down? Each one that has
I
a
don't know.
face of like just a random kid or whatever, in like a vine.
I don't know. That's I guess interesting to think about. The one thing I think I'm more curious about than anything else on like this end of all of this is like I wonder how what made YouTube think of this, because like I said earlier, like they were slowly getting past Twitch right now because of Twitch's DMCA stuff. Because like I don't, you guys have seen all the DMCA stuff, like how they're like suddenly going hard on it now.
I don't
It's-
understand. There's certain things I don't understand about it. Like, you have to delete your own VODs instead of Twitch just going through and deleting them.
Or just muting the
No,
moments.
I'm the worst platform.
See, it's like, yeah, that's what they're arguing about right now. Like before, everything seemed like as if, you know, like yeah, YouTube's starting to get better, because they were starting to work on gifting members. You got donations at a certain point, which was about the same. I would say I think it's a lot harder to get partnered on YouTube than it is like on Twitch for affiliation. But nevertheless, it's like, you know, you got this on YouTube, you're starting to get on a better streaming area, and then you just kind of cut it off by saying like you could get ads on your past streams, just by, like, I guess the only thing it does benefit here is streamers, like the streamers that take down their VODs after. So it's like, you know, I stream on YouTube and then I unlist the video right after. It's like that's the only people it benefits.
I'm pretty sure even if the video gets unlisted, it can still get like taken down. If it
Oh
has-
wait, no, because
copyright.
I know that I sometimes go into streams on YouTube and there's an ad. So
Yeah,
even
there's
then, it
that.
actually won't work. You're no matter what, you're just basically working for free now.
Yeah, that happens.
So I guess this is an interesting thing. We're gonna see how it affects YouTube, I guess, over time. I don't think it'll affect it too much, considering like people are gonna forget about this within a week.
Oh yeah.
Like if you look at the post, there's more quote tweets than likes.
Everyone's saying, "Shut up, Poe."
Like everybody's getting like angry about it because they're basically
Well, yeah,
saying like
why?
you can't make any money on YouTube unless you are partnered with your program when you regularly upload a video. Like before, it's again, I'd say yeah, that's fine because you're just doing it for the incentive of money, not because you couldn't make the money you were making. Now it's literally like, it's like I'm dangling the $5 bill above Jazz's head, saying like, "Oh, you could get this. Oh, you could get this. Just wait till you grow 5 more inches," and
When
then
did they do this?
that's it. They just did it today, the 18th.
Okay. Which account is it? Is it YouTube or like Team YouTube or something?
I saw it on multiple accounts. I was looking at it on Team YouTube, but this is definitely interesting because again, I feel like a lot more people are going to be getting angry about like, you know, not getting paid when they have there obviously is the area where they can get paid, because it's like if you can put ads and get the money from those ads, then you could just as easily give me
Wait,
that money.
Are we gonna make this exactly an hour? Because we can. We're on 59 minutes.
Let's just end it here.
Oh,
yeah, I guess we could just end it here. I mean, we didn't have anything else. I think that was a good way to end it.
That's a good time.
Follow our ats.
Yeah.
Bye.
We have
Bye.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Um,
Well, follow all our ats on Twitter
20.
and all. Then
and make sure
that
to follow.
I guess that puts the
Do you guys
end to
want to say
the
anything else that you
Beancast
guys want
episode
to
1.
plug?
That's it.
10.
Do you guys want to
That-
say anything else you want
I will say traps aren't gay.
to plug?
Traps are gay.
No,
Traps are gay.
traps aren't gay.